Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 34 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, through the grace of God, 34 years later, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. You know, there are a lot of people out there struggling, even with recovery, right? Health issues. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. I want everyone to know someone is listening. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. You can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. My book is now on audio, guys, with my voice. So Simon & Schuster wanted to put my book to audio with someone else, and I was like, absolutely not. So my producer here, part owner of Hamilton Radio and owner of Iron Horse Films, Ruben Rodriguez, is now doing audiobooks with your voice. So if any authors out there are interested, please, please get in touch with me. And listen, if you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please reach out to me about that as well. I'm here to help you. Before I introduce my really amazing guest, I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors. First, we've got Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes. He's got from a 5 to 12-piece band, guys, and a lot of people don't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls back in the day started. And Larry's singing in heaven now, and I think he's singing with Elvis, okay? Larry, you were like family. We all love and miss you so much. Rest in peace, sweetheart. Norman's also now going to any seniors who would like to learn keyboard. Maybe you're bored at home or whatever. Give us a call. Then we've got Ken Ryan and Linda Garofalo, The Way It Used to Be, singing songs from the 50s to the 80s, a tribute show to the greatest music and voices of all times. And Ken also sings Elvis for me, baby. And they do a lot of fundraisers. They are amazing. Then we've got Michael D'Amore, singer, songwriter, performer, entertainer, www.michaelD'Amore.com. And guys, I never really say this except for Michael. You know, Elvis is up here, right? I'm an oldies doo-wop Elvis girl. Elvis is up here. Nobody can touch him, right? But Michael's close under. So if you don't know who Michael D'Amore is, please check him out. He's amazing. www.michaeld'amore.com. Then we've got John Monforto, the man of many faces, singer, actor, celebrity impersonator, and tribute artist. So I gave him the name the man of many faces, but he was given a title by a former Philadelphia mayor as the official Philadelphia Rocky impersonator. Guys, he is Rocky. He does like 30 different guys, you know, different acts, and they're all incredible. My fave, of course, are Rocky, Godfather, and Elvis, baby. www.johnmonforto.com. And then we've got Michael Zanman, singer, entertainer, performer, www.mzanman.com. So I've had the pleasure of emceeing at Let East the last few years, and my producer, Ruben, has been recording the show the last few years, and we're hoping to do next year as well, or this year. So I want to share something. So Michael Zanman has opened for Michael D'Amore, and then last year we got John Monforto into the mix, but I want to share a Michael Zanman story. So about 6 months ago, whatever it's been, he recorded and sang one of Mel Carter's hits, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me. And he put it on Facebook. So he didn't know it, but I was sending it to my buddy Mel. So I sent it to Mel, and Mel calls me and says, Jerry, your boy did a great job with my song. I said, can you tell him? So we got Zaman on a surprise three-way, and Zaman almost fell off his chair. Imagine Mel Carter telling you, you did a great job with my song, right? Everybody keep Mel in prayer. He was in the hospital for months. He's out, he's home, and he's doing better, but he still needs prayer, guys, okay? And then, last but certainly not least, we've got John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer-songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a nonprofit network created for the creative. Facebook group page, Entertainment Luncheon South, partner in the Joey D. and Johnny B. Rockin' Oldies Band, and now he's also doing solo, guys. I want to give a shout-out to him and his wife, Lenny. They put this luncheon together once a month. It's amazing. It's by invite only. $20, you get a great lunch and you get incredible entertainment, and they don't keep a penny of it, all right? And they promote us like no one else does. They are amazing. They promote all of us. So John and Lenny, we love you, and that is where I met my incredible guest. So Denise Miller, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me, Jerry.
So thank you for being here. This is really cool because you have performed also at the luncheon.
Yes.
So this is a very special lady here, okay? And there's reasons why. So I'm going to have you start, and you look into the camera and talk to the audience and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I am a singer-songwriter from South Jersey. I also belong in a country band called Ladies Night Out that performs at Albert Music Hall in Waretown. But years ago, I started having a little folk duo with my teenage son at the time. His name's John Miller. And we were Denise Miller and Son. I was writing songs, and he was helping me with them, and we performed for a while. Over the years, he grew up and got his own family and business. But so now Denise Miller and Son is a studio band. And we don't perform out together as a duo, but he's with me along with some other local musicians when we record. We have 2 CDs that are out, A Crazy Horse from the year 2000, and Through the Looking Glass is a double CD compilation that came out in 2019. 30 songs, and all of them original. So several of the songs have different, I like to have songs that have themes to them. And one was a song to a very close friend of mine who passed away, to honor her. And another one is the main reason I'm here is because there's a song called Richard. And I had met a World War II veteran in a store, and I spoke to him, and he told me his life story. And so I wrote a song. And the song was released in September, and it's Richard by Denise Miller and Son, and it is a country, kind of folk country song, and I'm using the song to honor not only him, but all of our veterans, because I feel that's important, and our veterans need to be honored and respected, and this is my way of doing it. So I also have a new release out called Lion Heart, when the theme of this song is about remembering your inner strength. In that song, the singer is speaking to someone who is at rock bottom and telling them, you're going to get through this, you're stronger than you know, because you have the heart of a lion, and you're going to make it, Lion Heart. So, yeah.
So that's beautiful. Now you know why this woman is so special. So you actually met this man in a store?
Yes.
Started talking?
He was walking behind me, and I saw a little guy walking by, and the cane was up in the cart. And so that tells you he walks with a cane, but not right now, you know. So I walked up to him because my father and my uncle were both World War II veterans. And as I always do, if I see a veteran, I go up and I thank them.
How did you know he was a veteran again?
He had the hat on.
That's right. Go ahead.
He had the hat on. It said World War II veteran.
Yep.
So, I started speaking to him, and he was charming. And I would say to him, well, how old are you? Do you mind? Can I ask? And he said, oh, I'm beyond my time. And I never heard anyone say that. I'm beyond my time. And the song tells you halfway through how old he is. And he told me his whole story. And the thing is, he doesn't know about this. I never saw him again.
Oh, no, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, I never saw him again. And I don't know. I know he has a large family. I could go back to the store and see if they have anything in their records.
Please do.
Because a few people say, you got to find Richard, Like I was saying, when we got finished talking, and then I said, oh, by the way, what's your name? And he said, Richard. I said, oh, thank you, Richard. And that was the idea when the light went off in my head to write a song. And it came to me fairly quickly.
Listen, Denise, please go back and try to find Richard.
I hope he's still here.
He's got to know. When was this event?
About a year ago.
He's still here.
I hope so.
He's got to know. And if he's not, he already knows.
If he's not,
he knows.
his family is here.
Right.
I would like them to know.
Yes, absolutely.
I want them to know that he's being honored and that
Yes.
his story is honoring all our veterans.
Yes.
Yes.
I talk to everybody, okay? My family goes crazy. They're like, why do you have to stop everybody and talk about it? That's me, and I'm not going to stop. So if I see a vet, I say thank you for your service. Police officers, sometimes they look at me like, should I take my gun out? Because I give them policeman prayers.
Oh.
And I'll just, if they're pulled over on the road, I stop.
Wow.
And I roll my window down, and they look at me like,
Yeah.
But we have to honor our vets, our police
Yes.
officers, right?
And our
I mean, come on.
firefighters.
That's right.
Yep.
So amazing what you're doing. That was a beautiful story.
Thank you.
All right? You have to keep me in touch if you get in touch with them.
Oh, I'll let everybody know.
Okay?
Yep.
So, you know what? Okay, what about if we play Richard now? Why not, right? Let's do it.
Why not?
Here we go, guys.
Supermart. His cane was riding in his cart. The hat on his head said veteran, World War II. I thanked him for his service, asked his age if he didn't mind. With a twinkle in his eye, he said, I'm beyond my time. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa, built a life for his family. He served his country, a role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. In 45 he joined the Navy. Mama wasn't happy. Did all he could for his country and his flag. He found a pretty lady, made a home, had babies. 70 years went by as mom and dad. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa. Built a life for his family. He served his country, a role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. The years
That's absolutely beautiful. 96 years old.
96. 96.
And he was there alone?
Yeah, he was walking, pushing the cart, and the cane was up in the cart. So he don't need the cart, the cane, right? He's strong enough. And the one thing, like in the second verse, in 45 he joined the Navy, and he told me he was 17 years old and he left high school to join the Navy, and it was World War II. And so his mother was upset because number one, he left school, and number two, it was World War II.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's what that line is about. Yeah, Mama wasn't happy. He said, "Oh no." But then, like after he had his 3-year stint in the Navy, he said, "And then I met the most beautiful girl in the world, and that was the end of the Navy."
So it took a girl. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
a charming little guy.
Uh-huh,
Charming.
yeah.
Just
Adorable.
wonderful. Yep.
So now let's talk about. Okay, so let's go back in time a little bit, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, who were some of your musical influences?
Well, I'm a big Beatle fan, but my musical influences are John Denver and Joni Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
If you put them together, add water and stir, you get me.
Okay.
And when I perform out, like in restaurants and stuff, I do a lot of both of their songs. And when I do Joni Mitchell songs, I play them in the original keys that she did it in. So it's not in a generic key. It sounds like the record.
Okay, so what instruments do you play?
I play guitar, a little bit of banjo, and some piano.
Okay. So now, how many songs have you written?
About 30.
How many have you recorded?
30.
I love this.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple, like, I don't know, little ones from way back that I didn't record, but no, the main ones, yeah.
Okay. So why don't you grab those from way back and fix them up and record them?
We thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we might one day.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've talked about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So now, your grandson. Okay, so how old is he today?
My grandson is 15.
Okay.
That's Johnny's son.
Yep. Now, how
Right.
old is Johnny?
Johnny just turned 42.
Okay, he's around my daughter's age.
Right.
So now, let me ask you this. What were his musical influences?
He liked a lot of rock music, the heavy metal, more, like Metallica kind of stuff. But he also, he did a lot of different things. And he was a Beatle fan and, and basic rock. So when he was learning bass, he plays bass guitar and he plays regular guitar. And he can play some piano. So, but he was playing bass with me when he was a kid. And even now in the studio, he's the bass guitarist on these songs.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So it might be a hard question. Some people can answer it right away and some people just can't. Do you have that one song, and not just any that you've written, like songs, that you grew up with and that song still stays with you and resonates as one of your favorite songs?
Oh, wow.
Or a couple?
I have several Joni Mitchell songs. Neil Young, of course, the Beatles. John Denver, a lot of John Denver. I can't pick one, but
Okay.
yeah, but those are all. I'm in the 70s.
What about
rock.
the Beatles? Because everyone knows the Beatles songs. What's one of your favorite Beatles songs?
I'll Be Back Again.
Okay.
What's that one? I can't think of it.
That's okay. I'll be back again. Okay, very cool.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
pick one, pick a card, any card.
Okay. Right. That's how I
love their
feel about
stuff.
Elvis,
I like the earlier stuff better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, all right, we have 2 more of your songs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the 3 songs that we have, you wrote all of them?
Yes.
Okay. So, producer, let's play song number 2 and then we'll talk about it.
You came to
just a game. And now you see nothing's the same. Your whole world has come crashing down. Oh, you're all alone now, no one around. But you have the heart of a lion. You're stronger than you'll ever know. Even in this, your darkest hour, you'll find a way back up. This I know. Lion heart, lion heart. All of your life you've been trying and fighting a losing game. You're strong, smart, and brave, and you'll start winning. Your lion heart will show you the way. 'Cause you have the heart of a lion. You're stronger than you'll ever know. Even in this, your darkest hour, you'll find a way back up. You'll find your way up. This I know. Lion heart, lion heart, lion heart.
Beautiful. Tell us about this song.
Thank you. I want to say can I mention the musicians on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
please.
the musicians on these songs. John Hawes is the drummer. He's a music teacher at Beechwood Music in Beechwood, New Jersey. He also plays with various bands. Ty Mayers is a local lead guitar player who's, you hear him on there playing the lead guitar on this, and Richard. And also my son John Miller from John Miller Car Care in Tuckerton. He's playing the bass. And there's a gentleman named Matt Vincelis who is playing the keyboards and does the backup vocals. And they were recorded at Canyon Music in Toms River, and the producer engineer is Jeff Kalemba.
Very cool. Now tell us what this song means to you.
This song, I take things from, I observe people around me, and the idea of the song is that someone has hit, they've hit rock bottom. And they don't know where to turn, and they turn. Like it says, you turned to me with tears in your eyes and told me that you lied. Everything fell apart, and the singer is telling them, "You're going to get through this. You're going to make it. You're stronger than you think you are. You have the heart of a lion, and to remember your inner strength. So don't give up." Talking to anybody who's, thinking about giving up and whatever that would entail. Don't give up. You will get back, And, it's been, it's people are hearing it.
I'm going to read
Strong message.
I'm going to read a poem based on what you just said that I wasn't planning on doing.
Okay.
All right? Guys, you heard her. Don't give up. This is a very short poem I wrote. and it's called Put Down the Gun.
Oof.
And the gun can be anything you're choosing to end your life with.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you just heard what she said, right? Don't give up. So if anybody out there, I just got chills, and maybe somebody out there that's listening needs to talk to someone, please reach out, okay? Put down the gun. I had to have this purple gun just in case my life was done. I kept it safe, locked in my room, 'cause I was filled with gloom and doom. Yes, there were times that I just knew if I loaded it up what I could do. But I kept on hearing that gentle voice, put down that gun, you have that choice. Life may seem hard at the end of the day, but that's when you need to really pray. Dear Father, I beg you to show me the truth. How can life be so bad when I'm only a youth? Get rid of that gun and go take a shower. Ask someone for help. You do have that power. You do have that
Beautiful.
power.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very good.
We all have that power to ask for help, okay, guys? So if anybody out there is thinking of something silly, reach out, okay? Beautiful song, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yep. Did you know someone personally? Was that a personal song?
It was based on some things that I observed.
Okay. Yep. So the majority of your songs, let's talk about that. A lot of singers tell me that, so there's so much that goes into songwriting, right? I'll ask you some questions because, and I'm sure there'll be different answers. So when you write a song, we'll start with this question. What usually, I'm sure it's mixed, but what usually comes first, the lyrics or the music?
So a lot of times it's the music. I'll have a
Okay.
title, I'll have an idea, but then I start working with the instrument, and then something will evolve. And then you blend the words into it. And some songs come right away. Richard came pretty much right away. I have another song that's on my album, Through the Looking Glass by Denise Miller. It's available everywhere online. And there's a song called We Are All the Same. And that was my song for peace in answer to the violent, the school shootings that were going on in our country. And, that we need to understand that no matter if you're Republican, Democrat, black, white, Jewish,
Right.
Christian, I don't care. If we all cut our fingers right now, we're all going to bleed red.
That's right.
Because we are all the same. We're all humans. And when we can get that basic understanding, we can help other people.
That's right.
So, and that's what the message of that song is. And I got stuck. Like I had the first couple verses and the bridge, and I got stuck on the third verse. So I sat on it for a while, like a hen sits on an egg. And then the Pittsburgh shooting happened at the Pittsburgh synagogue. And then it came out, everyone has a dream, dreams get shattered on the ground. Broken dreams cut into the heart. But when we realize that we are all the same, then we can help him because we are all the same. And that's how the song ended. Yeah.
That's beautiful. All right, so now let me ask you another question about when you write your songs. The majority of them, are they just from things that you've observed or things that have happened to other people, or are they personal? What's the majority?
What pig? I don't know. What's the majority? I'd say half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, half and half.
Okay.
Like I got this one. There's one called Alice in Green, that is available by Denise Miller on online everywhere. I wrote it for my little granddaughter was dancing on a lawn. And picture a little girl about 5 years old with long red hair, wearing a bright green dress, dancing on a green lawn. And I looked at that and I said, Alice in Green. And the song is a parent talking to a child and, imagining as what they're going to go through together. Ice cream and bicycles will play, and pretty as a picture and pretty as a rainbow. And then the end, Alice in white, your arm in mine, Alice in white looks at me, turns and looks at me with a smile. From a girl to a lady, how she grows up, and the parent is watching her grow up. That's called Alice in Green by
I love
Denise
that.
Miller. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you ever written any poems?
I did write one. I wrote it when my mom passed. And it was about it was about I was going to the cemetery. She died in the month of November back in 91. And I was going there to lay a wreath on her grave. And we had been planning her 73rd birthday, which would have been in 2 weeks. So she missed it. And, and it's a garden of stories and of the past. And, remembering that. And then and then in the end, someone walks by and says, "Have a happy holiday," and then I say, "Except for this, I will." And that's the name of the poem. "Except for this, I will." It's framed up on my room. I never did anything with it. I thought about sending it into things, but I don't know. It's just, yeah.
I have poems in here as well, family poems. And I have one about my brother who's alive, and I have one about my mom. She passed, and my dad when he passed,
Yeah.
So that's how we deal with our emotions and feelings, and it's a beautiful way,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I considered turning that into a song, but I never did.
Okay.
I left it alone the way it was.
Do you know who Trade Martin is?
No.
Okay, if you look him up, you'll be blown away. Trade Martin is a legend from back in the day. He's still with us, who worked with every artist you could imagine.
Wow.
And he's a songwriter and has written songs for so many people, on and on and on. He reached out to me years ago. I interviewed him, and he said, "We're writing a song together." And I said, "I'm not a songwriter." "Yes, you are." I said, "No, I'm not." So we wrote a Christmas song together a few years ago, and it was great. But he'll say I did most of it. I did not. He did most of it, okay?
Okay.
I gave him my poetry, whatever, and he did what he had to do, and it came out great. But it's just so funny because I always think, like, it could be combined, but I don't know how to do it. I'm not musically inclined at all.
Well, it's also the thing, like watching a song, you sit down with a guitar and you've got an idea and you write some words and you've got a story and you tell it, but it's just you and the guitar. And then you go into a recording studio and you bring other people in, and then the drums are going in, and then the bass is going in, and the lead guitar and something else maybe, and then the keyboards come in, and you're like, well, I don't know, do I need that? And then it turns out the keyboards just brought it like full color. How it changes from a guitar vocal simple like a demo to the finished product that you see in the end. And it's a wonderful journey. It's fascinating. I think it's magic.
It is magic.
It's just magic. And I don't tell the musicians what to do. I mean, they have they have the charts of what the key and the chords are and all, but I let them put their own interpretation on it, and they always just thrill me every time.
It is magic.
It is, and I'm listening to it through the speakers in the studio and the monitors, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I didn't imagine all this, like the little keyboard at the end and Lionheart and all that, things that just what other people put on it. It's you're painting. It's like a paint by number picture, and it all comes out full color in the end. It's very nice.
Okay, so I have a question. Did you ever take singing lessons and/or instrumental lessons?
Yes.
So everything. When did you start? About
11 years old
Oh, okay.
for guitar.
Okay.
Singing lessons didn't happen until I was older. Wow. I was older, and I was talking to someone who was someone told me to go to a vocal teacher, and the thing was, she said, well, play something on, this is years ago, it was like 30 years ago, and she's like, well, play something on the guitar. So I did. She goes, you're singing in the wrong key. You want to lower it or you want to raise it, and then it comes out better. So things that I didn't think about when I was younger, And then over the years, I took different guitar lessons with different people, and then I took up the banjo because of the country band I'm with.
I love that, the
ladies.
banjo.
Yeah, I love that thing. Something I always wanted to do. I want to play banjo. So, and I can play Rocky Mountain Breakdown, but not as fast as the bands can. I'm not that good. But for my purposes and with my trio, it worked because I would use it at Albert Hall. And then my piano in the 90s, I bought a piano from a friend of mine, and my husband said, "Okay, but you're going to take lessons and play it. I will not have it sit there." So it's a 5'10" grand piano. And so I took 4 years of classical lessons, and then I was writing my own stuff. I was doing other things, and then finally 3 years ago I said, I know this stuff, and I can teach you piano, and I know all the theory and all this, and I have taught people beginner piano, but I can't sit down and just play a song, and that's what I want to do, and that's where I'm at right now. But it's just for my own pleasure. I have no. There's no goal in there. I'm not looking to play out with anybody with the piano. It's for me. It's a bucket list thing for me.
Very cool. I'm so not musically inclined. I mean, I admire musicians, period, because I can't understand how they even learn how to play an instrument. Okay?
Yeah.
Someone had to come up with something, 1,000 years ago with notes and all this. Someone came up with that. Okay, and you guys know what to do with it. That just amazes me.
Yeah, and at home I got a mandolin and a ukulele also. So there's 5.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I like all these.
I don't play them too much, but yeah.
I like all the odd instruments.
I know people who have 20 guitars, and that's great, and God bless
No,
them.
that's stupid to me. All right, don't hate me, guitarists. I don't get it.
I'd rather have 5 different instruments than 5.
Yes.
I do have a few guitars.
Okay.
But, I'd rather have all different instruments and learn more about music, because each one of those instruments, you have the notes and what you want to do are in different places, and you learn more. It widens your knowledge. It broadens your knowledge.
I love
in my
that.
opinion, And there's nothing wrong with having 20 guitars, especially when they're really good ones. I know people who collect guitars. Make you sit down.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I love that. All right, very cool. Okay, so producer, we have one more, right? So let's play our third and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll never forget your face on that golden winter's day when you came into my life. We were just 2 kids at school, living by the golden rule and trying with all our might. And the years went drifting by, children born, parents died. You held me as I cried, and I'll always remember you. Monday morning cup of tea, you always invited me. We talked about our lives. You always knew what to do whenever I'd run to you with my trouble and my strife. We became the best of friends, formed a bond that never ends, and passed the test of time. And I'll always remember you. Sisters true forever, happily together, we journeyed through our lives. I will always love you, I was blessed to have you. Now I'm asking God, why? Precious as a jewel to me, more than just a friend, you see. We will never really part.
beautiful song. Tell us about this one.
I had a best friend, a lifelong best friend. We met when our kids were in daycare, and we went through the next 30 years with our kids growing up, and our families became close. Our mothers were friends, and we were total opposites. As I tell people, she's the Spanish beauty, and I'm the English town boy, and she knew me better than anybody. I tell people I'm Puerto Rican by choice, and I am an honorary Vegas, and I can prove it.
I love it.
So anyway, she was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she fought it bravely for 6 years. And then at one point she said to us, when she got back, she said it was in her liver. So we knew where we were. And I sat down to write her a letter, and it was our story. And that, that's why it starts off, we were just two kids, and we met in college. We were in college. And I wrote this, and then I put music to it right away. But I didn't, I gave her the lyrics, and I didn't know how she was going to take it. And she did hear the song 2 weeks before she passed.
Beautiful.
So, she did. And then I didn't do anything with it. This was 2009. I didn't do anything with the song. I play it every year at there's a gathering at her house. I play it for her family. I go, this is your song, because it's for Liz. And once in a while I'd start playing it out. And people said, that song is so pretty. Where can I get the copy of that? And I said, it's not recorded. So finally, I asked the girls, her two daughters, I said, do you mind if I record this, and release it? And they said, sure, go ahead. And this is the song. That was 2016. I am a member of the Recording Academy, the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. And I had never put anything in. The members get to submit their latest releases for the Grammy Awards every year. I had never qualified for anything because I didn't have anything recent. That year, they said, we're going to start accepting digital-only releases because everything was going digital. If they were within this parameter and time frame. And I'm looking at the song, and I'm like, all they can do is say no. And I backed it up, sent it in. And then I'm not a voting member, I'm a professional member. So I didn't know if it made it on. There's two ballots. There's the first ballot that you get onto, and people have a period where they vote. The top 5 of every category become the Grammy nominees. I didn't know right away what was going on. I didn't understand it. So after the voting period was over, people started contacting me. Oh my God, we love your song. My wife and I love your song. We found you on the ballot, and we supported you. What? I was in tears. I was absolutely in tears. I couldn't believe it. And then after that, I went out to that Grammy Awards because my name is in there somewhere. So I'm going, and then I met some of these people. They invited me to a private event, and I met them, and they pulled me into a circle of fellow artists from the Recording Academy, and some of them are very, very successful, like multiple Grammy winners, amazing people, and they are so welcoming and down to earth and supportive and encouraging. And I'm in this circle of wonderful people. I get invited to the parties. It's wonderful, and that's been going on ever since then. Every year we get, now from there I go to other organizations, the Indie Music Channel, where I got a couple awards. Then the Indie Collaborative invited me to be in there. Those people are it's all the same. Like some of them are major labels, some of them are independent, but people above me. So you reach up to learn from other people, and yeah. So yeah, fantastic. But that was the song that started it all.
So that's an amazing journey.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not see that coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So now, I saw you post something. Did you already talk about, what happened recently with your song?
No.
Let's talk about it.
There's a company that does internet radio called airplayexpress.com. I found them through some of my Recording Academy friends who were involved in it. And so my goal is to have as many people as possible hear Richard. If any of you out there are a veteran, or you have a veteran in your family, or you're friends of a family that has a veteran, please have them hear that song, because the song is for them. Everyone is being honored with that song. So what I did was I entered that song into the system to see what would happen, and hopefully get some airplay. It's international, and they ended up putting me on a traditional country chart for Richard. And then at one point I see that I entered the top 40. Oh, there I am, number 31. Well, look at this. And then every week they come out with the results of how many downloads and how many whatever it is. And then they come out and it went up to 27, it went to 20, it went to 17, and it started climbing up the charts. Then it hit number 5, and I was like, oh, they put a gold badge. That's what the gold badge is. That's on Facebook. And because you made the top 5 in the top 40. Then it goes to like 3, and then it goes to number 2. It stayed on 2 for 2 weeks. I was like, okay. And then Sunday night, I went and looked, and I almost dropped my phone, because there I am, and there's Richard in number 1.
And you took a screenshot, I hope.
Yeah,
and you're printing it out,
and I
framing
put
it.
the whole thing out.
Heck yeah, you got to frame it. And when you meet the family, you got to show them.
And
All
I
right.
put it on Facebook, and it blew up Facebook.
That's right.
That's right. So for a week, I'm somebody.
Listen, you're somebody for more than a week, sweetheart.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
So are you.
So now I have a question. You have notes there. I don't want you to
Well,
forget.
that was in case I forget
Right,
something.
right. So I don't want you to forget. We have a few minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your notes, and if there's anything you didn't talk about, I would like you to talk about it.
Okay. The reason that I am in the Recording Academy is that I am a promoter. I am the president of the Acoustic Musicians Guild, which is a 501c nonprofit organization to advance acoustic music in all genres. And we're based in Ocean County in New Jersey. And we put together different events for local performers to play in front of the public, and to bring the public and the performers together, because a lot of people only hear what's on Top 40 radio, terrestrial, So there's a lot of talented people wherever you live. Go to your local open mics. Go to the local restaurants and bars. You're going to see bands that are fantastic. These people who are the musicians on my records are in local bands, and there's a lot of talent out there. It doesn't matter when, even across the world, across the country. But I'm going to sit here and say New Jersey is very rich in talent. For musicians, for singers, for songwriters, for actors. There's a lot of people, and support local music, because you'd be surprised how good you can go out and have a really nice night, and you don't have to pay $700 to see somebody at a big stadium, unless you really want to once in a while. I've done that too, but support local music, because there's a lot of talented people, and what I do is I try to promote as many people as I can. Beautiful. So that's that. And I'm also, I'm a member of the Americana Music Association. And Richard is in their music, radio, whatever it is. Okay. And I'm with an organization called the IndieMusicChannel.com, and they promote and support local or independent artists. And over the years, I've gotten a couple of awards. I've got several nominations for these songs, and I've won Best Emerging Band a few years ago for DENISE Miller and Son, and then in 2023, I got Best Emerging Songwriter.
Well,
so,
girl.
And those are up on the wall.
Her wall of fame.
And I have an album out that's called Through the Looking Glass that you can see, and it's available online. I also have physical copies. It's a double CD, and it has 30 songs, all of them original by me. And I'm honored to be here, and I thank you very much, Jerry.
This is beautiful. So
Yeah.
now I'm going to read the poem I was prepared to read.
Okay.
The other one, I'm telling you, you touched my heart, and I got chills, and I had to read that. So this one I like to read, Denise, because people are going to be calling me. They always message me after I do entertainers, singers, and they're going to say how beautiful you are, and your songs are incredible, and they wish they could sing like you or write songs like you. And I want everyone out there to know that you all have something to offer.
Yes.
You know, think about this, right? Sanitation workers. What if we didn't have them? Okay, to me, they're probably some of the most important people, okay?
Somebody once said, "Who would you miss first, the mayor or the sanitation guy?"
Sanitation.
Truth.
Okay, it's the truth. My cousin and uncle, when I grew up in Long Island City, New York, and they were the garbage men, okay? And the truck would come down our street, and they'd be waving and beeping, and it's just such beautiful memories. But think about that, right? We need them. So I want everyone out there who's questioning their self-worth to understand we all have something to offer, but it's up to us to figure out what that is and then utilize it, right? So this poem is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. Here we go. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, and to also write poetry and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back, or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Denise Miller, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. That is what you are doing. You are making people smile. Even your music, your words. Richard, think about that, okay? My heart was smiling when you were talking about meeting him. So this is a very special lady here right now, guys. And I want everybody out there to know that you also have something great to offer. So figure out what it is. And once you do, give me a call, okay? We'll talk about it.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
There you go. And she might write a song about it. I'm just saying. I don't know. I might write a poem about it, but she might write a song about it.
All right, poems and songs are close. Okay. Yeah.
So how would you like to close, and how would you like to give someone listening some words of encouragement?
There was a, I for a while I worked in mental health, and I was a caseworker, people, and I would see my clients sometimes decompensate and go back in the hospital. And about a month later, they would show back up, and hi, I'm back, here I am. And I wrote a song back in 2014, it's on the album, I Will See You Again. And it's about hope in recovery. And it's, the whole idea is, you know, again, just like Lionheart, having the strength and understanding, you know, I will be back. And the strength in their fragility of these clients, as fragile as they are, they were strong and they worked their way back, and they will come back and try again. And, you know, I will see you again. I'll be back. It's Hope in Recovery. I did it for Hope in Recovery and Mental Illness. I sent it to the Atlantic County Mental Health Association. I sent it to the Atlantic City Press. They did an article on it. And you know, we all have to, between that, I will see you again, knowing that you're going to make it, and believing in yourself. You know, 'cause one line says, because I believe in me, I'll never lose heart. and I will see you again. And that goes right in with we are all the same. We have to help each other, And Lionheart, remember your inner strength. So don't give up, keep going. The sun's going to shine again, and you're going to make it. And that's my message.
Producers, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to read a different poem to end. We're not going to play my song.
Okay. Well,
Okay, because, again, of what this lady is saying. You're going to make it. I wrote a poem called Face It Till You Make It.
okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right, guys. It speaks for itself. If you need to hear this, please listen. Fake it till you make it is a term heard so much. I don't really agree. It's living with a crutch. Not just for addiction, all life lessons, my friend. That's a saddened life to live until the end. I'd rather go by a saying more real. Face it till you make it in spite of how you feel. We got to grow up, put our past behind. In spite of our hurts, there's greatness to find. I'd rather go through life smiling every day, holding up my chin, all good things to say. Positive thinking and actions likewise throw out a force up into the skies. What we project is what we will earn. Karma is real. We each have a turn. Your thoughts are wired to make you think. With what you do can make you sink. Keep all your thoughts uplifting and real. Feeding your mind crap destroys how you feel. So don't put out crap. It comes back to bite. Stand up real tall and just fight the fight. I promise you this, if you face all your fears, it might be quite scary, but will add to your years. One day you'll be happy with who you now are. Just look at me, I've really come far. I look in the mirror and like what I see, but most important, I really love me. And that's the goal, guys. You have to learn to love yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, this was an amazing, amazing interview show. This woman is incredible, inside and out. You actually took a piece of my heart with you today, I have to say. Not only going up to a vet to talk to him, right? 96, you said?
96 years old.
Okay. You wrote a song
bless
about
him.
him. God bless him is right. And you know what? She will find Richard and or his family. And if Richard's gone, which I don't think he is, but if he is, he's already heard her song. Okay?
Well, I think that's why he was saying I'm beyond my time, because he didn't say it, but I was under the impression he might have lost his wife recently, and they were together 70 years, and he's like, why am I still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
So what you've done is amazing and beautiful. So I want to thank you for honoring me here and Hamilton Radio. We're very honored to have you here today, so thank you.
And I'm very honored to be here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So everybody, please, please share this show. You know what, producer? Play Richard. Let's close with Richard. Here we go.
And everybody take care of yourself.
Yes.
And each other.
We're going to close with Richard.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Supermart, his cane was riding in his cart. The hat on his head said veteran, World War II. I thanked him for his service, asked his age if he didn't mind. With a twinkle in his eye, he said, I'm beyond my time. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa, built a life for his family. He served his country, a role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. In 45 he joined the Navy. Mama wasn't happy. Did all he could for his country and his flag. He found a pretty lady, made a home, had babies. 70 years went by as mom and dad. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa. Built a life for his family. He served his country.